Hello, welcome back to the Vinyagolovo campaign, and this is probably the last time I will actually say that, because this is the last German attack. I don't think they can actually take any victory locations from here. But, you know, they're trying. Bless them. And according to the map, this is or according to the overview map, this is actually supposed to be like a big attack, or at least that's what it looks like. We will see. So maybe they will bring tanks again. This time, according to the, as I said, according to the overview, they will come this direction. So that's where the first of my artillery will fall, but also over there as always. This whole area is completely fought over and destroyed. It's actually kind of cool. Maxim guns, 45 mil. Yeah, their flares are coming from that direction this time. Don't know what you're doing outside there, buddy. Okay, they're coming across this hill this time. So my scout forces, which are deployed a bit forward in the position here, will have to bear the brunt of the fighting, if that is indeed the case. That came from over here. The Germans are firing their super heavy gun again, or guns, at this position here, where I don't have any troops. The closest I am to that are over here, because they keep, even in earlier battles, they kept fighting, or they kept shelling this, and one time I lost a lot of people there, so no, I don't deploy there anymore. Over here is my reserve in that old... You might remember this is the position that I smoked off and then attacked with my infantry, and then from there we actually went into Vinyagolovo. Back when we were still on the offensive. I really don't know what kind of gun that is. Holy shit, look at that. I mean, this hamlet here is completely destroyed anyway. Few dead people still lying around. That I don't hear German machine guns so far, so that's a good sign. Mortars are working this whole area over. You know the drill by now. We spotted Germans in this area, which is exactly where my artillery is landing, so that's good. Some seem to have been sneaking towards the forest here. Okay, red flares, they spotted new enemies. In the forest here I also have positions that so far in this scenario, or in this kind of battleground, have never actually come into play. But I am dug in here. This is actually the second line, and then some of these are empty due to losses, but yeah, this is my main position here. All nice and dug in. And here comes the red flares. And black flares from the Germans. And they're firing, so the actual battle is going on, huh? Some of my guys are firing back, but obviously not all of them. Orange over there, yeah, so this is their main attack route this time. And my mortars are shooting. I mean my on-map mortars, obviously the off-map pre-planned ones are already firing. And I hear a Maxim gun as well, that's good. Okay, they're using smoke now in order to advance. Oh. I've actually come pretty close to my forward positions here. Well, you know, not that close actually. Holy shit, direct hit from the... Oops. I thought I paused the game. Direct hit from that big gun. It took out another one of our anti-tank guns. Although since this is the last battle, I guess it's not that bad, but... Yeah, they actually are shelling this position now, which is annoying to me. Yeah. Is it direct fire? That's very precise. No, that's not direct fire, but I think that was my Maxim gun, yeah. Yeah. Holy shit. If they had brought this kind of firepower earlier, would already have been screwed. Yeah, everything destroyed here. Or rather, the heavy weapons are. Another thing that they're now doing a bit better than before, which I wondered why I was never doing that. Scouts are defending here. Is that some people are apparently advancing through the forest, which they should have done earlier, because these are obvious kill zones, where they just get raped by artillery. Whereas now, these guys have finally something to do. Although not much. Germans have brought up more machine guns. Are they firing from the reverse slope here again? Those machine guns were very annoying in the last battle. Here, please hit here. Ah, close enough. No, that guy's toast. I think that's actually my direct fire mortar. Oh, I hear my own submachine gun, so they seem to be getting closer, huh? My scouts over here in their relatively new position. Nice, you can see where the artillery is falling all in like a... what's it called? In a bow or in like a circle around them almost. I think they're shooting at something in these low-lying areas where they often try to infiltrate. I can also hear one of my anti-tank guns firing in support, which is nice. Yeah, I wouldn't want to attack here. Imagine this in FH2, you probably would just say, well, let's wait for the next map. Oh, now they're shooting their big artillery over there. Hit anything here? I mean, we have some infantry here. Oh, and the mortars are close to here. But they seem relatively fine with my Maxim gun. Okay, no, my Maxim guns have actually opened up. Alright. Germans have brought up some kind of gun that's firing from here, maybe an infantry gun or a 37 mil. Pinning down my people in this position. Not to mention that they keep shooting that super artillery that they have. Maxim gun. Yep, there it goes again. I haven't spotted that so far. It's a 37 mil. Problem is that my anti-tank gun that was covering this is already taken out by the artillery. I mean, this one is firing, but I don't think that can see that. I don't want to move it in this situation. Damn it, those bastards took out another one of my anti-tank guns. But that being said, they don't have any tanks anymore, I think. And this is the last battle, so it doesn't matter that much. Still annoying. And here comes the ceasefire, again a draw, again it doesn't matter. We had 26 casualties, they had 40, 13 killed, probably by that heavy artillery, and they only had 3 killed, that's kind of annoying. So yeah, anyway, back to the operational map, and that should be the end of the campaign. And here we go, it's over! It's finally over! It only counts as a minor victory for some reason. They have quite a lot of points. Maybe if I had captured this one too, but I don't really see that much of a reason. Let's see what they have left. Okay, that was the 100th Gebirgsjäger Regiment. They seem to be pretty fresh still. 207th Infantry. What did they have off map here? Not much. Alright, so what do we do? We finally finished the campaign, so what can we look at here? First of all, what was the historical outcome? Among the shortcomings of the Soviet units, there were obviously no shortcomings with my Soviet units here. There's a lack of infantry support guns in combat formations of the units and other firing equipment, mortars and machine guns. In the first echelon, recon of the enemy units and combat security are not organized, unit boundaries are not secured. Well, I have to say I used a lot of mortars and machine guns. In fact, I think in the defensive battles in this area, my Maxim guns were the most effective asset. Or at least that's what it felt like. Well, that and of course the mortars, the artillery. I used a lot of those, so apparently I did that better than in real life. The command did not know the true situation and did not take timely measures to counter the enemy. Well, I knew the true situation, except that one time when they actually snuck up on me up until here and I had to hastily counterattack, but let's not talk about that. That led to low rates of advance, which allowed the enemy to gain time and bring up forces from other sectors. That's probably what that counterattack with the tanks that happened near the end. Losses of the 1st Separate Mountain Rifle Brigade, 456 people killed, holy shit. 627 wounded. 6th Marine Brigade, more than 300 people killed and wounded. 80th Rifle Division, more than 1,200 people killed and wounded. 59th Ski Battalion, over 100 people killed and 147 wounded. I mean, we also, I think, had heavy casualties. Let's look at the overall statistics here. Um, Alright, let's start here. No, that's how many we killed. We lost 1,215 all in all. I mean, lost is heavily wounded and killed together, I would say. And we killed 2,729. So we dished out better than the enemy, we can say that. We lost 2 tanks and SPGs. I can remember 1 tank being knocked out, and the rest of them all broke down. They lost 7 tanks. 7 tanks? No, I think I can remember 3 that we knocked out. Maybe some were lost to artillery, or I'm misremembering things. 38 guns and MGs we killed, 13 APC and trucks, okay. So yeah, they lost way more than us. And we captured 89 soldiers and officers, and they captured 0, so our people were very steadfast here. 2 tanks and SPGs though. Personnel, they had 883 wounded, 716 killed, 2,101 heavily wounded, and 118 captured and missing. Now this is interesting to me. Maybe I've noticed that in one of these campaigns before. It says they lost 118 captured and missing. I captured 89. Does that mean the rest that were missing, does that mean these were friendly fire? Maybe? Does that mean they were, I don't know, executed while being surrendered or something? So if anybody knows that, please tell me. And I lost 1,950 wounded, 844 heavily wounded, and 335 killed. So I did way better than the Soviets did in real life. Of course, in real life they were surrounded and stuff, which didn't happen to me. Although they tried. I mean, I could see that happening because they were advancing down here. They could have cut me off, but of course we beat them back. So let's see, view statistics by squad. Okay, I don't want to do all of that, but there was a way. Ah, yeah, that's what I was looking for. There was a way, correct. So for example, we have the anti-tank gun platoon here, which apparently didn't kill anyone. Maybe we didn't use these, but they got the red star. Recon platoon, anything that stands out. For example, I want to know who knocked out tanks and if they got anything for it. The mortars, of course, this mortar platoon, for example, they killed 27. I also lost a few. What did they get? 2 times a red star for valor, combat service. Alright. And aha, okay. Oh, the mortar knocked out a tank. Interesting. Well, it says captured. Although I wonder why would the mortars be the one to capture them. But yeah, they killed 57 fascists, or destroyed them, so could also be wounded. Here the medals, also lost quite a few, including 1 mortar. Wait, what is that? Lost personnel, and what is that here? Personnel wounded, ah, okay. So these are wounded, heavily wounded, and those are killed. So this is the overall losses, and this is the same thing, kind of split up. And what is this here? Captures. 65 infantry? What the fuck? I wonder if these were all demoralized by the mortars, and that's why they counted towards the capture, or if because they're sent to the rear, they got captured theoretically by the mortars because they go past them. As I said, I don't necessarily know how this game works all that much. Alright, so we have the infantry company here. Which unit was this actually? It doesn't really say the units up here. Oh, okay, that's 77th Rifle Regiment. Okay, I will look at the tanks now later, and I want to see who knocked out which tanks, and if there's any special medals like this here, Patriotic War 2nd class for I guess Sergeant Pavlenko or one of his guys here, who killed 37 people. This second platoon, 68, that's really good for an infantry platoon. Also lost 27, but yeah, 53, so yeah, we dished out quite a bit of damage here. Here we have a Sapper platoon, they also got something here, again Patriotic War 2nd class. This anti-tank burn platoon was wiped in the last battle, I think, actually. Okay, let's see. These were almost completely wiped from the 153rd Rifle Regiment, but they also dished out quite a bit. 87, that's for an infantry platoon so far. I think the kicker, 6 more, guns and MG, also not bad. Let's see. These were in reserve, apparently we didn't use them at all. Looking for tanks. Looking for tanks that we destroyed. Ooh, no, these apparently killed quite a few. Ah, okay, now it's getting interesting. 2 tanks from an infantry platoon, Sergeant Shangariev. They got combat service awards, killed 57 fascists, destroyed 1 tank, captured 1 tank. Ah, that must have been the Panzer IV that was attacked with flame bottles. Probably these guys who took that out. Also lost 8 people killed though, so that's pretty heavy for a platoon. And here, 2nd Tank Company killed 2 tanks. Ah, those must have been those APCs with the 37mm that apparently stand in for flak half tracks. Okay, so here's the tank company, lost 1 tank, and the other one too, 97 kills and 82 here, and of course lost relatively few. Did they get any awards? Red Star and Combat Service and Combat Service for Valor, okay. So I don't think there will be much more particularly interesting things here. This SMG, or again it's a mortar platoon that captured 25 or 19 infantry. Weird. I don't know how this is counted. Oh, again here, anti-tank gun platoon, 3 tanks. Interesting. Also got almost completely wiped. Again 2 tanks, these might have been again these flak half tracks. So yeah, this was a huge campaign. Anyway, I think this is getting kind of boring at this point. It's just lots of numbers. Now generally this campaign, I had fun, but it got very, very long. I mean, I think 34 is probably a bit too much for this format. And especially in the middle part and now at the end there was a lot of defensive battles where you fought over the same ground over and over again. Now it got actually better near the end because they patched the game so that the Germans sometimes when they attack now, if you click on the battle to start it, instead there's like a symbol of like a ricocheting arrow or something, and they don't attack because they're too weak. So because of that we actually skipped a bunch of battles near the end in this area, for example. So that's good, and I hope that this will make the game a bit less tedious with these pointless battles where you have to spend, I mean you don't even see that, but you have to spend like what feels like hours setting up your force, and then it's this meh battle where it's like, okay, fair enough, I guess. They sent a platoon over to check out our lines and it got pummeled. Great stuff. So yeah, that's a bit lame, and I hope now it's better, and I think this would actually make the campaign a lot harder, weirdly enough, because it feels like there was a lot of time where I spent, especially during the night, I spent quite a bit of time just defending, and the Germans bled themselves out against my defenses, and then when I launched my own offensive I almost never like failed or had a big problem. I just pushed them out. In the end, yeah. So there's that. All in all though, I mean it is an interesting scenario. You have to capture tanks. Although the tanks, I mean the problem with the tanks kind of is that they immediately break down. No, later I realized that it was in part because I had my tank battalion HQ not all that close to their units. So as you can see, I'm looking at the battalion command, and in the list there's a company commander, and then there's supply troops and repair troops, and number 7 is the medium tank, so that's actually the T-34 that is being repaired right now. If you look at the tank company, it's missing there. So there the number 1 spot is empty because that tank is being repaired. If I had done that earlier, I might have been able to use the tanks a bit more. Now here, these 3 tanks that are attached to the 1st Battalion 153rd, they are all red, so they are still all immobilized, but this one now has 1 green tank that got repaired and sent back to the unit. So yeah, could have done that a bit better. As I said, I'm still figuring out how this game works. And you know, in retrospect, these are all like command troops, look at that. In retrospect, I mean, those were the only combat troops. If I had attacked, maybe even without my tanks, well, this is actually a pretty substantial force. Like, if you look at that, they still have anti-tank guns and everything. But if I had attacked, I probably would have been able to completely push them off the map 100%, which would probably have been a major victory. Just feels like, organically, from the situation as it was, this is what I would have done in real life, you know. So there's that. But yeah, I probably could have done better, at least captured this one. But yeah, it's still a victory. A victory in a 34 round fucking campaign. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Those that stayed with the whole thing, obviously, as always when you do a series like that, the later videos don't get watched by that many people. But those that did, we finally made it. Now, what will I do next? Now, at the time of this recording, there's a new one, like a new campaign out, a new DLC. Actually, there were 2 that came out while I was playing this, and one of that I haven't even played. I will see. I don't necessarily feel like starting a campaign, a new one for Graviteam Tactics right away. I might do combat mission. On the other hand, I have to say, I mean, the most recent combat mission DLC that came out, or expansion pack that came out, the Italy one, the scenarios from that I thought looked interesting, I played. I'm actually kind of disappointed in the scenarios. Many of them kind of don't really excite me that much. I think some of them actually look a bit like they took quick battle maps and put stuff on there, which, okay, fair enough, but I like more historical stuff. So it's not like in Final Blitzkrieg, almost every single scenario I looked at and was like, okay, I want to play that in both campaigns too. For the new DLC, I don't know, for the Italian one, maybe I will play another scenario there that I find interesting, but yeah, not sure what I will do next. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, have a nice day.